Hey there, welcome to my channel. My name is Cyan and I make videos about college, talk about college life, and also just lifestyle in general. So I'm currently a junior at Stanford University and I recently got this question, what's my major? And it's actually kind of a long story, so I'm going to tell it to you right now. So I declared my major at the end of my sophomore year as independently designed major in engineering, or IDMEN, I-D-M-E-N. I got to actually choose what the official name of my major would be within the independently designed majors, and mine is Human Immersive Design. So what is Human Immersive Design? So I decided I wanted to do a major that combined the design and need-finding aspects of creating products with biological functions of our body. And I was especially inspired by virtual reality and immersive arts. I took a bunch of classes pertaining to virtual reality in my freshman and sophomore years. So when people ask me what my major really is and what it means, I tell them that I really want to create products and experiences that are directly for human interaction, to expand the ways that we storytell, to enhance our experience of the world in a sense. Projects that are very much aligned with what I'm interested in are Google Glass and Project Solly from Google. I'm also interested in projects like Neuralink by Elon Musk, where it's we're trying to gain connectivity through our brains biologically. And I'm still a little skeptical about it, but it's something that I'd love to learn more about. Beyond biological factors, I'm also interested in virtual reality and the psychology that it causes. I took an incredible class called Virtual People, which is Communications 166 with Jeremy Bailenson. I mentioned it in a previous video where I talk about what my experience is like studying art and creativity at Stanford, so check that out. But basically this class goes into why we feel connected to digital spaces and how we can suspend our idea of reality very quickly. I'm actually really inspired by social media and what it's done for me when I was in high school. I was able to connect with people all across the globe live in real time without being there physically. That concept is so interesting to me, and I want to work on creating virtual experiences that are able to connect us even more and allow us to have shared experiences even though we're separated physically, which I think is kind of ideal in this time period, now that we're learning that physical presence and physical human interactions are going to be altered pretty much forever. I think learning how to create experiences and learning how to create really interactive storytelling ways or ways of entertainment or connecting with each other is going to be even more important than it has ever been before. I think the amount of different projects and apps and platforms that are going to pop up that allow us to talk to each other and be with each other in different ways are gonna probably skyrocket. So you might be wondering, Cyan, how are you designing your major? I didn't even know that Stanford had that as an option. So I'm gonna take you along for a short story into how and why I even found out about it, and then the process it took to declare that major, and the steps that you can take if you are interested in doing the same thing. So one of the prerequisites that I had for myself going into Stanford was that I really needed to find a community that was interested in the combination of art and tech. I did a bunch of searches online and reached out to a bunch of people about you're a current Stanford student, could you tell me more about maybe where I could find a community like this? And I ended up reaching out on Facebook to someone who had written a Medium article about his time at Stanford, and I was just so in awe about everything that he was writing about, and he was the one who introduced me to ArtX. And through his recommendations, I ended up finding his article about how he designed his own major because he was specifically interested in virtual reality. So that's how I came upon the idea, and that's also kind of how I ended up solidifying my choice to go to Stanford. Here are the steps you need to declare your individually designed major. So the first thing you're going to want to do, and the first thing I did, was go to the School of Engineering website, and they have a page that has all the information about the independently designed major, and there is a link to a box file with all of the previous approved majors that has their four-year plan. And you can get a lot of inspiration just looking through all the different files and the different people's four-year plans, and you're going to want to make your own four-year plan. I created my four-year plan as a combination of the product design four-year plan, the bioengineering four-year plan, and the MS&E management science and engineering four-year plan, and kind of interspersed all the different requirements into one big one major requirement. So there are a lot of specifics links into what has to go into your 4-year plan for a School of Engineering like major, but the basic ones that are always going to be there are math and science, and there are a certain amount of like math units that you need to have and a certain amount of science units that you need to have. And the math and science classes that can be used to fulfill those requirements are all found on the School of Engineering website, so I'll put that link as well in the description below. So after you fill out your program sheet and your 4-year plan, you're going to want to write a proposal as to why your major is important, why you want to take it, how it's going to help you in your future, and also why you can't achieve any of the goals that you've outlined for yourself in an already established major. After you finish those steps, you can choose your advisors, and for your advisors you have 2 of them. One has to be within the School of Engineering, and then the other one can be from any department at Stanford whatsoever. So your advisors have to go through your program sheet and your 4-year plan with you, go through your proposal, and then they sign off and approve it. And once that happens, I think they also have to write you a letter of recommendation, and this total packet gets sent off to the office who determines if you're gonna get approved for your individually designed major. That being said, there are pros and cons, and there's a lot to say for choosing a major that's already established. There are gonna be professors who are extremely knowledgeable about the subjects that are gonna be very accessible. People are gonna be able to recognize what your major is. It might be easier to find jobs and careers after graduation because like there's an established path. It's about weighing the different options and deciding what's gonna be the most important to you. For me, I am pretty sure that I'm gonna be going to grad school, so I figured that I might as well use my undergraduate experience to gain the most knowledge. Maybe it isn't as practical, but I'm getting the skills that I really want, and also I'm very, very happy with my decision. I hope this helps you get a little bit of insight about designing your major, what my major is at Stanford, also to give you context about like all my other videos on my channel. If you want to check out what I've been working on, then definitely subscribe and look at the other videos because there's so much going on. I'm really looking forward to seeing you all in the very next video. If you have something specific that you want to see from me or you have questions that you want to ask, make sure to leave them in the comments below. And like this video so that I know that you like the content, and I'll see you all in the very next video. Thank you all. Bye.